Welcome everybody, and this is my favorite practice of them all. And get seated and decide to be here in the now, in the present. Decide to make this session worthwhile, meaningful, useful, lasting, time-wise. And we can set a motivation for this practice by generating bodhicitta, thinking, may this practice be meaningful for ourselves. May they enable us to achieve liberation from samsaric bondage. And by this, seeing clearly that every sentient being wishes to become enlightened and achieve liberation, not only us, not only dear ones, people we like, but every sentient being, even those we don't see, believe in, remember, meet every day. And on top of this, people we dislike. That's difficult. And then shift to the notion of that all the harm that we've inflicted on all sentient beings, any sentient being, not just today, in this life, but since we consider countless lives, we need to acknowledge that we've had several types of existences, having been a lioness, any type of animal, hunting, killing, having been a hell being, hungry ghost, jealous demigod killing because we are jealous out of envy, wishing more. We haven't escaped samsara because we're here as humans, but we have a perfect opportunity to see clearly and awaken our Buddha potential here right now. And by doing this practice, we achieve two things: purification of all the afflictions that lead us into karmic actions. And furthermore, we can remove all the obscurations that prevent us from seeing clearly and continuing to harm, the obscurations that prevent us from realizing the law of karma, something that prevents us from realizing emptiness. Think about Buddhas are everywhere. They can manifest in 100,000 shapes and forms, but since we don't see them, it's because we are obscured by darkness. And by doing this practice, we purify and then we enhance our Buddha potential. Let's rewind. Think about living in this human body and having been any type of sentient being, countless lives. We've committed possibly any type of action we can possibly do. And it's a sickness. It's a sickness of karma, of negative karma. It's like having swallowed a lethal poison. And it's useless, impotent to say, oh my God, why did I swallow this lethal poison? I'm such a bad person. Useless. We simply need to see the right doctor. And that's the Buddha. And tonight, in the shape of Guru Vajrasattva, he has the antidote, the medicine, and we are like patients, and we need to rely on the doctor, follow his method of bodhicitta. So this practice is slightly different from the one that Venerable Vina is practicing, which I've been taught by her at several courses, the one that we are doing weekly from Laksam. But I'm sticking to the manuscript that we got for this one, seeing Guru Bodhisattva with a consort. So if we do the visualization, think about having Guru Bodhisattva in the space before us, father and mother, meaning with two male and female consort, the union of wisdom and method, representing the perfect union of the mind with enlightenment, perfect, pure purity, radiating white light. As much as possible, try to stick with this visualization and seeing not as a mental image or my words, hearing my words. It is Guru Bodhisattva manifesting. We are inviting the wisdom beings so they can manifest with potence and power. So visualize yourself surrounded by all sentient beings, to the right, to the left, father and mother, or caretakers in this life, objects of attachment. We would do everything for those we adore, who satisfy our attachment. And behind us, our guru and teachers, spiritual friends. And in front of us, the most difficult part, those who have harmed us in this life, or we have harmed, or would consider enemies, difficult people. People when meeting in the supermarket, we go the opposite way because we don't want to see them, meet them. People who we would consider a warmonger in these dire times. People we simply just don't understand and don't grasp their motivation for what they're doing right now. But we realize they will suffer immensely in the future, harming us, harming sentient beings. And they will perpetuate the cyclic, samsaric bondage, harming us, we will harm them, they will harm sentient beings. And it's just an endless cycle of repercussions. And all around us in the aspect of human beings, all facing us, strangers, object of indifference, we simply just don't care. But that's the method. We're not doing this practice to purify ourselves, but to purify them. And with each purification of them, it's like saying 100,000 mantras of the 100 syllable Bodhisattva mantra. So when we're doing this practice, think of them instead of thinking about your purification. And we will do the refuge prayer. And it's also a little different from Venerable Vina's. See if you could stick along. I forever take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and in all the three vehicles, in the Dakinis of secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, in the empowering goddess and the bodhisattvas, but most of all, I take refuge in my holy guru forever. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and in all the three vehicles, in the Dakinis of secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, in the empowering goddesses and the bodhisattvas, but most of all, I take refuge in my holy guru forever. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and in all the three vehicles, in the Dakinis of secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, and in the empowering goddesses and the bodhisattvas. But most of all, I take refuge in my holy guru forever. Think about this crippling karmic, negative karma that is suffocating you in this life. Everything that you're experiencing right now, which you would consider negative, is due to past karma. And anything that you're doing in this life that is non-virtuous will ripen in a future life. So this lethal poison, we're trying to purify it, and thereby also enhancing our Buddha potential to become an enlightened being and benefiting those around us. Maybe think about the vows that you've taken, your Pratimoksha vows. Has there been a little breach, a downfall? Maybe the Bodhisattva's vows in a past life. Maybe you took them in a past life, can't remember. Or the tantric vows, or have you been doing heavy karmic negative actions towards your parents, teachers, cause disunity in the Sangha, harm the Buddha? You can't kill him, but you can harm it. Or just generating strong attachment and aversion based on wrong views, ignorance. All of this is obscuring your life right now, so you can see clearly and break out of samsara. So think about how this purpose of your life is to release all hell beings, pretas, animals, humans, suras, and intermediate state beings from all of their suffering. That's the method. We need to help them out of their karmic causes that lead them to unsurpassed, and then lead them to unsurpassed enlightenment. But you need to achieve enlightenment yourself first. So that's why we're doing this practice. So above the crown of our heads, we see Guru Vajrasattva on a lotus and a moon seed, father and mother. Their bodies are wide, and each has one face and two arms. He holds a dorje and a bell. She's a curved knife and skull cup. They are embracing each other. The father is adorned with 6 mudras, the mother with 5. And he sits in the Vajra posture, see in the lotus. And we can think, Vajrasattva is my root guru, the holy mind of all the Buddhas, the Dharmakaya, who out of his unbearable compassion, which embraces me and all other sentient beings, appears in this form to purify me and all others. It's the Dharmakaya, which a Bodhisattva can grasp and see, but we as ordinary human beings can't see because we are so obscured, and we wish this obscuring clouds to be removed. And we will proceed to just remembering again all of the negative actions done in this and previous lives, all the 10 non-virtues. We can see about the collective karma of the COVID crisis, that even just kissing a dear family member can be a problem to their lives. So we really need to purify all the killing, lying, stealing, sexual misconduct, deceiving, manipulating, twisting the truth, taking the ungiven, not returning things that we borrow, harsh and divisive speech, slander, idle talk. And even think about the helpful vow of not drinking alcohol or taking intoxicants. If you're taking the vow, on a moon disc at Guru Vajrasattva's heart stands a home encircled by a garland of the 100-syllable mantra. And visualize how from a powerful stream of white nectar is flowing from this home clockwise towards us, and a mantra garland, and as a mantra garland, and I think that you're cleansed of all the sickness and spirit harm, negative karma and obscurations. Let's see if we can do 3 times 7 of the mantra. I hope you do know the mantra, and think of it as all syllable is due to 100 enlightened beings, holy beings, who have provided for the potency of this mantra, all embodied in Guru Vajrasattva. And having invited the wisdom beings to merge with him, we get all the blessings from all of the Buddhas. The first rotation out of 3 would be white purifying nectar, like a straw, coming from Guru Vajrasattva's heart towards our bodies, and thereby purifying our body, pushing to the lower orifice of our body all of the negative harm done with body, and it just leaves the holes down below and is out of space and gone forever. I will recite the mantra. Feel free to join in. Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakto Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Munsavaja Baba Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakto Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Munsavaja Baba Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakto Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakto Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Tena Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe. Having completely aligned ourselves with Guru Bodhisattva's body by visualizing him, we have purified completely all of the negative afflictions that could potentially ripen in the future and be accumulated. And Guru Bodhisattva is smiling compassionately towards us, full of joy and happiness that we follow his advice. And he wants to do even more. So he's sending a second round of nectar and purifying light, this time again to our bodies, but thereby in the different round, pushing to the top all of the negative actions done with the speech, pushing up to the top like a fontaine, leaving our bodies, and not a single trace of negativity will be left once after having done the 7 rounds of mantra. Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasatva Teno Bhattista Ditu Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savaside Me Prayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidam Sriam Kuro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatva Mama Musa Vajapava Mahasamya Sapa Ahong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasata Tena Vatista Tito Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anuraktu Membava Savasiti Mepayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidon Sayam Koro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatmama Munsavaja Bava Mahasamya Sattva A Hong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasata Tena Vatista Tito Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anuraktu Membava Savasiti Mepayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidon Sayam Koro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatmama Munsavaja Bava Mahasamya Sattva A Hong Pe. Having aligned ourselves with the purifying sounds of the mantra, we have purified all negativity done with the speech. And Guru Vatasapa even wants to do more. And due to time limits, he will send 3 laser beams of a purifying light, which touches our bodies, purifying ignorance, attachment, and aversion, like dispelling all of the darkness, so there's only illumination and light in our bodies. So think about these 3 times like a sun rising in the horizon, just eventually come to the horizon top and just illuminating. Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasata Tena Vajistatito Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savasiti Mepayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidon Sayam Koro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatvamama Munsavaja Bava Mahasamya Sattva A Hong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasata Tena Vajistatito Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savasiti Mepayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidon Sayam Koro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatvamama Munsavaja Bava Mahasamya Sattva A Hong Pe Om Vatvasatva Samaya Manupalaya Vatvasata Tena Vajistatito Membava Sutushaya Membava Supushaya Membava Anurakta Membava Savasiti Mepayatsa Savakama Tutamem Sidon Sayam Koro Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Kata Vatvamama Munsavaja Bava Mahasamya Sattva A Hong Pe. Imagine and visualize Guru Vatasatva coming to the crown of your head, turning around clockwise, faced in the same direction as you, becoming gradually smaller and more translucent, becoming a strong light like watching the sun, almost impossible with the bare eye, and he just merges with your body, speech, and mind, coming to the center of your heart chakra, resting there for a minute, blessing you. And if you have the right initiation, you may visualize yourself as Guru Vatasatva. Otherwise, just keeping at your heart, thinking your Bodhisattva vow and thinking right now you're purifying all negativity from ignorance because of your bodhicitta. Bringing the end result into the now and the present, and thereby being able to benefit countless sentient beings with your bodhicitta. How marvelous. Guru Vatasatva fills your entire body, and the body just bursts with light and energy, setting it out to all directions, to your dear ones, enemies, strangers, any type of sentient being around you. And feel just a short moment of bliss and happiness that you have benefited not only yourself, but all sentient beings. Coming to the resolve, we will think about all of the vows that we wish to restore, the things, all the negative habits that we wish to stop, all of the vows that we need to really live through with our body, speech, and mind. So make a pledge to become better versions of yourself tonight and maybe tomorrow at work, school, with family and friends. This is the most important part, the resolve. And we will dedicate all of our collective efforts during this practice to all of the beings right now who really need it, and there are a lot, due to COVID-19 crisis and other types of crises right now. May they benefit immensely from all of our efforts, and may we be swiftly enlightened and being thereby enable ourselves to making other people, sentient beings, enlightened, and be able to hear the teachings tonight, removing all the obscurations, so we will see the Buddha, remembering that the Buddha is Guru and Guru is Buddha. Thank you very much.